with his eye toward the future and what could lie ahead, finishing out his 2-fight deal with the PBC. Canelo Alvarez this past Saturday, September 30th, showed why he is the Lion Tamer. Let's talk about his seemingly rejuvenated performance and what may be next. Upon entering Saturday night's fight against Canelo Alvarez, the 160-pound super middleweight undisputed champion, Charlo, who had previously at the press conference dais spoken about him being a real lion, where Canelo rebutted, "I don't know what type of animal I am, but whatever animal I am, I'll still defeat the lion." Well, Canelo has turned into the Lion Tamer, because the events that unfolded between these two on Saturday night proved Canelo's superiority over Charlo, who really laid an egg. He did not come into this fight as a fighter looking to upset Alvarez or put him on his heels to try to take the bag of gold, the pot of gold that Canelo possesses. Instead, it was Alvarez who came out blazing with fierce, intense, harsh, bad intentions punches against Charlo, who immediately resorted to backpedaling. Canelo was aggressive, and he took the fight to Charlo, who just wasn't up to the challenge. From the opening bell to the final stanza, we could see that Alvarez was physically stronger and would move on through this fight to be the dominant force between the two. Even when Charlo decided to try to unleash punches, they came across as pity pats and nothing with any fire, heat, or steam to make the stronger Alvarez think twice. There were points in the fight where Alvarez would just drop his hands and go right after Charlo, who was constantly on the move, constantly trying to stay out of harm's way. And even though they fought within a ring where the confines proved it to be quite large, he did not have enough real estate to stay away from Canelo. And Charlo, whom I thought would at least try going in to do something, never, even with the pleading of his trainer, Derrick James, offered any type of resistance. It was a total submission of a smaller man against a stronger, bigger man. Now, that being said, the reality is one shouldn't celebrate Canelo's victory so strongly, because he was battering around, again, a smaller man called up to his weight, where he had all the advantages. Now, the one thing that no one can blame Charlo for doing was accepting a fight with the economic windfall that would come with getting in the ring and sacrificing his legacy and reputation. But some people, fame and fortune, there's a price. And Charlo showed us all, because immediately after the fight, he said that he doesn't any longer care about legacy. He is looking for big money fights. And I did a video recently talking about some of these fighters who, with the duck game so well executed in the sport, are going to find themselves in bad circumstances when they're just looking simply for the bag. There will always be a bag, but the opportunities to excel won't always be there. And as long as you have champions like Canelo Alvarez, who's way experienced enough to know that he can dangle bags in front of some of these fighters and allow them to become the next man up as his personal live pay-per-view punching bag, they'll line up for this. But there are fighters out there who are more deserving, fighters who are hungry, fighters who aspire to be the best in the sport. You have fighters like David Benavidez, who has been a #1 contender now at super middleweight since Canelo acquired that WBC belt that used to be in the possession of Benavidez. Then you have a WBC #1 contender in Christian Mbili, who is out there as a young, hungry upstart, someone who will go in there and risk it. Canelo is not interested in those young, hungry fighters such as, so he'll prefer to dine on the likes of sellouts, guys who sell out their own personal goals and aspirations just for the payday. It was a sad moment looking at Jermell Charlo taking a knee in that 7th round when Canelo dropped him. He was contemplating life itself. But I was contemplating, why did I bother to tune in? Because it is obvious, after having watched Charlo in the past, that he did not bring his A game. He did not bring incentive. He did not bring anything except for the desire to make it through this competitive fight, questionably competitive fight, in order to secure that payday that was coming. As far as Alvarez, he was able to put on an exhibition of what people who are familiar with his style of fighting, he was able to put on the exhibition that he still has something. But it could be smoke and mirrors, because as I said, the young, hungry fighters who are out there will offer up far more than what Charlo was capable of doing. Charlo's body didn't even look correct when he got in the ring. When he took off his robe and got ready for the fighter's instructions in the center of the ring, he didn't have ab muscles. I had warned that improper training and preparation would see itself show in this fight. And he chose to train at home. He chose to remain comfortable, and he chose to not put his best foot forward. And it showed on his face, the look in his eyes as the winner's hand was raised. Canelo Alvarez deserves to be where he is because numbers of fighters in the sport of boxing are willing to be his footstool. But someone needs to step up to turn the chair over and allow themselves the opportunity to sit at the top of the mountain. And as long as you have men who are selling out for the payday, guys like Jermell Charlo, Canelo's resting place is safe, but boxing isn't. This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what your thoughts are, what should be next for Canelo Alvarez and Mel Charlo. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.